Fun.
Good morning. My name is Jose, and these are my colleagues, Katelyn and Brooke and Carter, who unfortunately couldn't be here because he's lucky and he's out of school. Okay, anyways. We are here to teach you about green infrastructure and its value. We are very worried about the runoff and the thermal pollution that goes into Lamberton Creek. We hope that you learn something about green infrastructure and use it in your upcoming building. To start off, Katelyn will talk about the current situation and what green infrastructure is in the first place.
Okay, so the area that we're looking at currently is right on the East Belt Line, and it's a little bit past the movie theater. And so basically there's a Bagger Dave's there now that was just built. And then there's a medical center that was redone up the street a little bit. And they have curb planters, which Carter will talk about in the next 2 slides. But, I mean, it's not really enough. And as you can see, there's a lot of bodies of water around. So, I mean, you can do, like, they can put the curb planters in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough to keep this clean and those other bodies of water clean like we need to. Next. So, green infrastructure, thank you, Zay, keeps the water clean by protecting and mimicking the water cycle naturally. It improves the quality of life and makes the community safer, and it is also effective for the economy. And so when you do this, so this is examples of in parking lots and walking down the street, and they have trees. When they redo construction now on streets, especially mine, they plant saplings, and they put curb planters also in. So on my street, which is off of Leonard, they put curb planters and saplings all around the part of your house that's not really yours.
So like I said earlier, unfortunately Carter couldn't be here, but thankfully he recorded himself, and so we can play this, or what his part would have been.
Stormwater runoff is excess precipitation that works its way into the rivers and lakes around the city. This water should be working its way through the soil instead of straight into the drains. The runoff collects chemicals and debris as it flows over impervious surfaces. The problem that a lot of rivers and lakes around the world have could be avoided in many different ways. Stormwater runoff is the biggest problem in the Grand River, and curb planters are one big, easy solution. Curb planters, when you move the curb farther out from the sidewalk and add soil and plants in the middle of it. As you can see in the picture, the water runs off the sidewalk and runs into the soil. The curb planters would be a great solution because most of the water goes into the soil instead of into the drains. Not only will the soil soak up all the water, but it also removes up to 80% of suspended solids and 70% of the nutrients. These planters will help keep the areas from flooding and will even minimize the erosion. There are no risks and a relatively low cost to install these. Curb planters will reduce the stormwater runoff and help keep the water quality of the lakes more suitable.
Thank you, Professor Carter. Now, we will talk about green roofs. So, green roofs are a rooftop that is partially or completely covered with a growing medium and or plants. Well, it's basically the same thing, but you know. And it's over a waterproof membrane. Green roofs provide many benefits. One of those benefits is that it helps reduce stormwater runoff. For example, green roofs can store lots of water because you know the plants obviously need it. And any excess water is stored up there and will be evaporated. You know, and that's good because that's a cooling process. You guys remember that? Yes. Okay. Anyways, another benefit is that they're also great insulators because of heat influx. So you know, they keep it cool because once again, evaporation is a cooling process, and they also keep it warm because since they absorb a lot of the radiation, it keeps a lot of it outside. So it's good, because that means less money spent on cooling and heating. They also, most importantly, or one of the most importantly benefits of them, is they reduce the temperature of the surface of the roof and the surrounding air. So why is this important? Well, because let's say you have pavement or a parking lot right next to it. It is now 15 degrees cooler. Wow. So you know what happens now? The rainwater that drops and hits it is now less warmer. That means less thermal pollution heading into Lamberton Creek. That means happier fish. That means more life. That means happier me. That means we're good. Yes.
Okay, this is permeable pavement, and it allows for the absorption and infiltration of the rainwater or snowmelt. And there's several different names for permeable pavement, including pervious or porous concrete, porous asphalt, and interlocking permeable pavement. Permeable pavement reduces stormwater runoff by allowing the stormwater to infiltrate into the ground, and it also reduces flooding and erosion. It increases groundwater recharge by allowing the water to infiltrate into the ground. It reduces salt use because the permeable pavement delays the formation of frost on the ground in the winter months, which also decreases pollution. It reduces energy use because it keeps the ground warmer, and then the buildings around it remain warmer, so then the people in the buildings won't have to use as much energy for air or heat. And it improves the air quality because you'll be using less water treatment. All right, the economic value. In Seattle, Washington, since the late 1990s, the Seattle Public Utility Agency has undertaken a variety of green infrastructure projects, including programs that aim to reduce and treat runoff, impacting water quality and aquatic life by managing stormwater more effectively at local levels. Their most famous project is the Street Edge Alternative, or SEA project. The Seattle Public Utilities Agency estimates that converting local streets to SEA streets saves $100,000 per block compared to a traditional street. The program has also provided additional community benefits, such as traffic calming, improved neighborhood aesthetic, and bioremediation, which stimulates the growth of certain microbes that use contaminants as a source of food and energy, which essentially breaks down pollutants in the environment.
I'm back. So, I would like to talk about Chicago, Illinois. So, per every green rooftop that they have, right, they save an annual of $5,000, right? And you're like, okay, $5,000, you know, pocket change, not really. But imagine over hundreds of buildings. That's $500,000, $500,000. Yes. And then, in Aurora, Illinois, estimates show that stormwater runoff was substantially reduced. In fact, with nearly 141 million cubic feet of water was diverted from, sewers. Okay. Anyways, that is an annual savings of $108,000. Once again, pocket change. Not really. But it also helped reduce energy by 1.37 million kilowatts, which helps save you more money. But unfortunately, they didn't give me how much that saves. Overall, while some green infrastructure costs more than its generic counterpart, in the long run, green infrastructure is always better. Because not only does it save you money over time, but it helps protect our water sources. Thank you.